But let's get some focus in on the commodity space. We have Manisha Gupta joining in now. Manisha, what's the buzz there?
Thank you for that, Sonia. Well, I'm looking at crude oil prices. By the way, all the commodities, industrial commodities, that is, whether it's metals, ferrous and non-ferrous, rubber and crude oil prices have opened slightly on the weaker time in the Asian markets right now. The crude oil prices opened a percentage point down, but clearly we seem to be getting more deeper cuts at this point in time right now. Last week was a good one. You saw 2.5% of gains come in for the crude oil prices. That is because the dollar index was on the weaker side, which still continues to be. We are still trading around that 102 level here. But the pressure comes in because major banks have downgraded China GDP forecast for the rest of this year for the next couple of quarters, and that's weighing onto the markets. Apart from that, it also is about the Iran crude exports, which have hit a new high in 2023. There are reports on how Iran and US, the Western world, that is in conversation. And if that goes through well, then we could be looking at higher continuous exports coming in from Iran as well. The other thing to watch out for in the markets is going to be the money managers, the speculative money, that is. The CFTC data shows that the net long contracts have been cut by 13,000 contracts there, and that seems to be weighing onto the market. The crude oil prices, the reason that we're trading at around $75 a barrel is because there have been a lot of supportive factors as well. One, there is voluntary output cut from the OPEC and allies. There also is China refining, which has surged to second highest on record for the month of May. June is expected to be on the positive side. And then US has reported 7th weekly decline in the number of operating rigs and oil counts there. The US gasoline demand also is expected to be quite strong going forward at 9.24 million barrels per day. This is highest since December 2021. And then Russia Energy Minister said that the realistic price for crude oil is $80 a barrel going forward. Russia clearly has been making those kind of statements for the last couple of weeks there. The markets in the meanwhile will watch out for the Bank of England monetary policy that happens in this week. You also have the US Fed Chair Powell testimony happening in this week. And then apart from that, China is expected to cut its key prime lending rates on Tuesday. So that's yet another 3 important key things that the street is taking cues from.
Okay, Manisha, absolutely. We'll watch out for that. Yes, China has already kicked off some of those rate cuts. Let's see if we get more of that later this week.